All right, another week of real estate walk and talk. You can see Marshall has got his spooky, scary Halloween outfit on because Halloween is coming up next week. And you know what else is really scary? Speaking of Halloween, dead people. Dead people are kind of scary. Not something that we usually want to talk about, but I've been in the situation recently where I've been dealing with some probate real estate cases. So I thought we'd talk about dead people and probate. Probate is essentially when somebody passes on, their estate needs to be settled. So that's not just their home, that's all of their assets and liabilities. So if they have debts, those need to be settled. If they have money in the bank and they have a house, that needs to be passed on to an inheritor, and their estate needs to be closed out so that we know that person is no longer on the books, so to speak. You can avoid probate by having a trust set up. So if a deceased person before they pass away had a trust set up, a lot of probate can be avoided because that trust will dictate this person gets the house, this person gets the money, this is how my debts will be paid off. All of that will be handled through the trust. If you don't have a trust, or even if you just have a will is not strong enough to avoid probate court. So if you don't have a trust set up, your estate is going to go into probate when you pass away. That means the courts are going to get involved. They're going to decide how everything is settled. Once probate begins, somebody, whether that be a son, daughter, family member, close relative, whatever, is going to have to be assigned as the personal representative or the executor for that account. So they're going to be the ones making decisions on how things are handled for that person's estate. And a lot of times that's going to be, hey, what are we going to do with grandma's house or mom's house or dad's house? You know, you got to get that sold to close out the estate a lot of the times, unless you're going to be the one taking over it and you're going to start living there. Either way, that has to be handled in probate. So I have a situation currently, two, potentially three clients are actively or soon to be actively in the probate process. So oftentimes, you know, people just want to get rid of the house, right? It's got some equity in it and they can sell it for a little bit of a discount because oftentimes these houses aren't in great condition. They've been lived in for 30 plus years. Now a lot of updates have been done. So sometimes it's easier to just wholesale it away, give it to somebody cheap that's going to fix it up and make it a lot nicer. Maybe they'll resell it or maybe they'll live there. So that's an option. Or in one case that I'm dealing with now, we might actually be doing the renovations up front. There's some money in the house, so we might try to pull some, a second mortgage, cash out some of that equity to do the updates and then sell for a little bit more to give the inheritors a little bit bigger of an inheritance from selling the house for a little bit more. So there's a lot that goes on with probate and it needs to be handled delicately. And obviously it's an emotional time for most people going through that. So if that is the situation that you're coming across, give me a call, reach out, and I'll be happy to help you as I'm currently helping some other people do that. So, hope you guys have a scary week. Marshall and I are going to continue on our walk, but give me a call, shoot me a text if you want to talk about real estate.